Hail, adventurers, and well met. Thank you all for joining us for another lovely, lovely session of Shattered Obelisk. So, wow, session 50. We are cruising. Still plenty more left to discover in the areas around Van Dalen. Speaking of which, as we're getting settled in, we rolled for inspiration. Whopping 5 points were left. Just took a long rest, so our humans, luckily, didn't need to take any. So stuff was left over. Bottom line, everybody is now with inspirations. Potions were turned into. So we're getting a few more things back in store. A little bit of housekeeping. Our lovely barbarian will not be here. So stepping up to play Sabira is our lovely bard / cleric from yesterday's game. Okay, thank you. So, as we're getting settled in, those that were here, what do you remember last time within the Sword Coast? Hail, adventure! Look at this. Perfect timing, right for the recap. Oh my goodness.
My goodness.
Who remembered what happened last time?
We had just entered a fight with the disgusting
Squish monster.
squishy egg cluster thing. Trying to remember how that went.
We got our asses beaten pretty hard, let's be real.
I think I went down at some point.
I
Yeah.
think 3 or 4 of us went down.
It's a hard fight. Hard fight.
We found out that when you hit it, it likes to just railroad straight at you. That was exciting the first time that happened. And then we got the piece of obsidian, and we allowed the person with the special mind ring to touch it first, and that kind of quelled it for a little bit. Threw it in Sabir's pack, and now we're at the vault door. Did we open it?
You
We did.
Did we go inside of it?
Not yet.
Yes. So yeah, technically you're like making your way through the steps towards the Crypt of the Talhound. I gave you the art, the splash art here for your sort of passage to the next map, but we haven't technically transitioned to the next zone. Yeah, I think that pretty much sets us up. So let's get right to it. We change the tunes, and here we go. So now with the shard in tow, currently like sort of wrapped around in Sabira's pack, poking out this three and a half foot long piece of like jagged obsidian. This stone, a piece of something much larger. You've learned that these are shards, remnants, missing fragments of some sort of obelisk. Something nefarious is being used with these shards to bring forth some terrible entity, change. You've learned that there is this sort of almost invisible bubble, dome, that's been expanding from the center of Van Dalen, stretching out to about maybe even just a quarter mile outside of town, so not large, but you saw that it is growing by the day. This place, this twisted area, is starting to slowly change the surroundings. The sun, as it beats through this sort of dome, twists, become slightly greenish in hue. The townsfolk, again, completely unaware of this happening, you noticed last time you were in town, were a little bit more hostile. Some not even remembering who you are, others just seemingly generally more annoyed. Van Dalen, for the most part, is a town that is on the up and up. People are hopeful. Even though terrible things have been happening, there's still that sort of frontier spirit, that joy, that excitement that they see, especially when adventurers come to town, heroes, people that they can aspire to be. But that spark, that hope, seems to have been festering into something more malevolent. We didn't get a chance to find out more about that, but who knows once we do. So, with that, as I said, you are now officially able to level up, but unable to do so once you reach a safe spot in town. You've chosen to descend further downwards into the actual true crypts of the Talhund. The Talhund, or Talhund Drith, are the disciples, the followers, this faction, family, or clan that is dedicated to Doomathorn, what you learned. These people are lost. There's something twisted about their lands, and learn that another shard is buried deep below. So let me change the tunes, and we'll go right into the thick of things here. Okay, got all the tokens. And as we descend further and further down into the actual crypts, the air shifts. It becomes colder, as you would assume. The walls change to more of carved marble. Ceilings reach out to roughly about 15 feet in height. And about every so often, you see beautiful carved statues, dwarven heroes, noble folks, history being told. But the further you go, this ever sense of dread fills you. You see more and more markings crumbling away to time, and not necessarily the outward obvious like graffiti or markings like goblins or someone else to deface the statues like you saw up just above, but a more hidden, a more sinister feeling like that of these still statues looking at you just as you pass by. Let me bring you all to New Men. Come on. Okay. And boom. We are level 7. You technically got the ability or earned the right, quote unquote, you got enough experience to be level 8, but you have to do that in town. So you all decided to continue on instead. Sorry, I just saw that in the chat. from lovely druid. Do you all see a new map, which should just be a tiny little bit?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. You descend further down, further into the crypts. The air shifts, as I said. The statues that sort of line the halls, seem to finally dissipate slightly. You descend further and further down this narrow corridor that seems to jut at every uh, sharp 90-degree angle, like that, of almost like a perfect carved maze descending further. Everything is pitch black as the party continues along, now needing to move single file. Radoth steps in the back, sort of slams his staff down for a moment. So dark. Just a moment. And he sort of, with a low grunt, opens up his palm, creating a small little burst of fire, casting produce flame. Holding it now with his staff in the other hand, he motions to you all to continue. I'll make sure to keep this up. These old eyes can't see much down here, but this place is different. Definitely beware of these dancing shadows. Lead on. And he sort of motions to you all to continue.
So what's the holdup? Why are we standing in the hallway, guys?
Chatting, relax.
Did somebody need to take a shit? Can you go further on and do that quietly by yourselves?
What do I need a roll to take a shit?
Oh God.
Please don't. Please just move forward.
That'll be a 3. I think I got diarrhea, holy DM. You got any fiber supplements?
I mean, fiber would make it worse.
Oh no. Spira must have grabbed some wild lettuce and other things from outside the dungeon when you were outside and finally start stacking on them. It's been like 2 days or so now at this point, so the lettuce is all kind of gross, but Spira, you get a little bit of tummy troubles, but you're holding up the line as everyone starts bumping into you. Keep in mind that the corridors, especially where you're standing right now, are only 10 feet in height, 5 feet wide, so it is cramped.
Okay, so I am going to take out my saltines and accept my position at the front of the line instead of the back of the line. Sorry, everyone. My proprioception in these parts are perhaps a bit lacking.
Mm-hmm. So, you step forward. And as you do, the room opens up to 15 feet in height, just a little bit taller. You notice, in this darkened room, 4 stone sarcophagi stand against the walls here. 2 against the northern wall and 2 against the southern. A stone statue of a dwarfen warrior stands between each pair of sarcophagi. The statues and sarcophagi are all badly cracked, as if they would fall apart simply by a touch. I will ask one thing from Kenrick. Are you producing light right now?
Yes, I have the light cantrip, so I typically would cast it on my shield. Started.
All right. No problem. Just want to make sure that we mark that. Perfect. That's all. Just helps. Yes. So you see this large room. It seems to be almost like a entrance. It doesn't seem to be too much of anything minus these sort of sarcophagi. The hallway continues to the western way into more sort of shadowy darkness.
This one kind of looks like it's crumbling. Is this like falling apart down here?
Correct.
Okay. Can I take a closer look? Is there like a nameplate or anything?
You absolutely can. Roll me an investigation check.
Just pop on my spectacles.
I'll be helping.
Oh.
Okay. With the
Already
two of you
advantage,
looking at
10.
with the 10, the sarcophagi is extremely damaged, as I said. You reach out and maybe try not to touch it, or just to get close enough to find any sort of naming or marking. You see briefly this symbol, which you have seen before. It's actually two symbols blended into one. First, you see the symbol of the Talhoun, and then in the center, and then sort of this larger embroidered behind it is this. In place of the gem is the symbol of the Talhoun. But as you got closer, and sadly with the 10, one of you, Sir Dusseldorf, as you
Great.
go into help, the slightest bump, nudge into the sarcophagi. Nothing much of anything. It's a simple rock you kicked or bumped into. So we just hear a little stone fall off the sarcophagi. The small little thud. This hall, as quiet that you could drop a pin, fills the hall for a moment. Nothing happens until you start to hear more of these small rocks fall off the sarcophagi in front of you. And then, behind you, more start to fall off from the northern, then the northeast, and then the southeast, until all four sarcophagi start to crumble in front of you. Like that of a sandcastle being washed away at the beach. This pile of decayed stone falls down, reaching out of the shattered sarcophagi are several rotting dwarven hands filled with this sort of ethereal fire reaching out. They growl, start shouting in dwarven. Those that understand you hear, "Begone, life! Twisted life! Life no longer fills these halls! All souls burn for the eye! The unblinking eye!" I need everybody to please roll me initiative.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack Kenrick on the shoulder and say, "What the fuck did you do?"
Here we go. All right. So, yes, have advantage.
I get advantage.
Oh, yeehaw! It's a little warm up fight here. All right. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adventurers. And my whites roll pretty shitty. So, swap the tunes, but Kenrick, top of the round. You're right.
I feel like we haven't faced off against undead in forever.
The classic.
My silver blade has been itching. Oh.
11
Itching
goes
harder.
wide. Nope.
Roll the 2, guys. How's that?
26. Slashing down, connects into the dwarven white. It screams, howls in pain. 10 slashing. 7 radiant, so 14 radiant. Youch.
And can you make a strength save?
Absolutely. Fail.
I'll knock him down
Not prone. Okay.
for the next guy.
Sounds good to me. Shield bashing into the white. Falls down with a heavy thud. Reaches for its warhammer, trying to stand back up. Kendrick, anything else? Go to seduce.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
I am desperately hoping they're dumb.
What's your save? Against the one
What,
prone in
what,
front
the
of you?
one right? Yeah, the one
Sure.
right in front of me.
Make a wisdom save. 16, not enough.
Nut sacks. Is that? Is it just all or nothing? I can't remember.
It's a cantrip. Assume cantrips are all or nothing. They're
Okay.
easy.
Yeah, that's super underwhelming. Like, well, you know, you got this, buddy, and I pat him on the back.
I knocked him down for you. Could have just like kicked him or something.
Listen. My fingies are delicate. I don't know, man.
Waving your hands in the air, doing nothing.
Would you want me to thunderstomp?
Unacceptable.
I can take care of that next time. Don't you worry.
There won't be a next time. This guy's dead.
Your face
Okay,
is
that's
like
not-
a nut sack. of
This,
blood.
hey, that's not banter. That's not canon.
Spira! You're up. Oh, keep
Oh,
the banner
boy.
going. It's funny.
Oh, holy DM. I think
Yeehaw.
I might have shot out my brains for a moment, so I would like to have some consultation.
Sure.
So when it comes to those of my disposition of the barbarian variety, does it make sense to essentially rage every time, even in more simple
That is a good question.
situation?
It comes down to how often does your rages recharge?
You get one on a short rest.
You
And you
get
have
one
Yeah.
at short.
4, I think.
I do got 4.
Yeah, you get one on a short rest. So
And how long does the rage last? So I think they extended it to what, like 10 minutes?
yeah, I think it's like 10 minutes or something. Yeah.
Okay. That's up to you. I mean, this is the first room, and it's not like it's too crazy right now, so use that at discretion.
I think you could probably not rage, and I think we'll be fine.
All right. And I will put thoughts away of what my Mima said during Thanksgiving. I'll compartmentalize that and just bring out my best friend Hugh, who I thought was a horse for at least 25 sessions as a viewer. And I am going to bonk at this gentle fella right here.
Okay.
And I'll do that by... Oh, nope, that's my inventory. Oh boy.
Should be on the combat tab. You should have a yellow button for next to Hugh. For
yellow-
attack.
Ooh. This one. Oh, that's a crit. I got some
Oh.
saltine crackers in my eye. For
Oh
shame.
Go
my
again.
goodness. You get 2 swipes. Go for a
Oh, I
second
got
time.
2 swipes.
Mhm.
Well, thank
You're
you.
playing the
Holy
character
Dean.
Sabira perfectly, including the misses.
Why, thank you, my apparent best friend of this body. I'll ask for more cheese men later. I will
13
do
goes
that.
wide. It's it's as if Subira's having a little internal crisis, but that's okay. It makes sense.
Don't
Yeah,
talk
you
about
swing.
my stomach that way, sir. But as you were, best friend
As you were.
Fenwick,
Fenwick.
Time to check out some Starry Wisp.
Starting Wisp.
An
An upgraded version now too, since you got the buff.
Oh, true.
Yeah, you got what'd you get? What's it called? Elemental Fury.
So bong this guy here.
Alrighty. $21, yes. Radiant light flies through center mass, not 10, but 20 points of holy light engulfs the dwarven white.
And I'm gonna push my way to Into
Alright.
that square.
Sure. It's gonna make a strength save, and 15 doesn't budge.
Wow. Alright, never mind. I'm gonna chill here.
Okay. Whites. So let's go with the one currently prone. Stands up. It wields its sort of large, basically hammer, and you see this necrotic energy flow over the headpiece and start swinging directly at. We'll do Kenrick first. So it stands up, swings its necrotic warhammer at Kenrick. First swipe with the hammer goes wide. You see it dodging out of the way. Its second swipe of the hammer, also nowhere even close. It takes a moment back, and this time shifts. Does it shift its target? No, it stays and looking at you, Kenrick, instead, and reaches, trying to grab you. This time, it goes and reaches for your arm. Kenrick, please make me a Constitution saving throw. Necrotic energy flows from its palm, reaching towards you, and
I'd like to think that despite the harsh words, I was actually like putting my shield between this thing and
Sure.
Dusseldorf.
I like it.
Okay, 23.
And 23, yeah, your shield is basically catches the hand of this white, so it does not make any contact with your body whatsoever. Just stands back, growls that nothing got past your defense. Nicely done. Let's go with the other one to the south, and guess what? Looks at Fenwick. Yep, it looks at you, Fenwick, and rushes right towards you as you hit it. Starts swinging its hammer wildly, and it is going to swing once with a 23. Hammer crashes right into your chest. 14 bludgeoning, 7 necrotic. Please make me a strength saving throw.
Strength save. Wait, do I have any lucky? Ooh. Yes, I do. No, that's called it late. Let me use lucky on the strength save.
Okay. You succeed. Stand true. The hammer smashes into your chest, but you stand upright. Second swing of the hammer misses. In anger, it reaches with its offhand, trying to grab hold of your arm. Please make me a Constitution saving throw.
317 damage. Constitution saving throw.
Seven. Oof. Grabs hold of your arm. As it does, starts to drain some of your life. It regains 6 HP back as you must permanently reduce your maximum HP by 6. This can be healed via a long rest, or if someone uses, say, lesser restoration or a potion of similar sort of recovery to help with that. But yes, starts to drain your life away. That is that one. The Northern Whites. One rushes towards Fulwin. One rushes towards Subira. Let's go with the one charging at Fulwin. Same attack pattern. 2 swings of the hammers. One of them goes nowhere even close. The first swipe of the hammer does indeed connect, striking your shoulder. Fulwin right on top. Bounces up. Smashes down the necrotic hammer. 15 bludgeoning, 2 points necrotic. Please make me a strength saving throw. You succeed. Takes a moment back, reaches for your arm, and growls as it does. Please make me a Constitution saving throw. Which you just barely succeed. No need to roll anything for that. You pull your arm back just in the nick of time. Subira, these are for you. 2 swipes of the hammer, which you see coming your way. And Subira, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
a Constitution saving throw. I have Belt of Dwarven Kind, so I have advantage. Hopefully.
It sounds good to me. Let me double check, but
It's also, well, I mean, this is the most well-organized character sheet I have ever played with in my life. I'm almost disoriented by that.
oh my goodness, it's so clean.
It's so clean, everything's so nicely labeled. It's almost like y'all have been trying to tell me something for years.
Advantage against. You have advantage on charisma for if you aren't a dwarf, gain a following. You have advantage on con saves against being poisoned, resistance against poison damage. So you don't have advantage on con saves from what I can see. You just have increased constitution. Unless they are getting advantage for some other reason, but 14 is enough, so no need to worry
Paragon's
about that.
breastplate? Okay.
That
Oh, wait,
the Tarragon's breastplate, that is a different thing. That is advantage against breath weapons. So, like, mostly dragons, but there are other things that do breath weapons.
Alright, as you were.
Fantastic. Those are my whites. Fulwin, you're up.
I don't love this. We're just gonna do. I think we're just gonna do a swipe at this guy in front of me with. Actually, I could do. Oh God, where is? Sorry, I forgot I had. Yeah, we're gonna do a Lathander's Light. And I'm gonna find. Where the hell is that on my sheet? I don't know where it is. It's a con save. We're within 20 feet. Just measure that. Yeah, that's all of them.
Yep. All of my whites will make a con save here. Trying to resist the light of Lathander. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 succeed, 2 fail. The one in front of you is blinded.
Okay. That's good. He would make an attack with disadvantage. I'm gonna risk it. And we're gonna go.
Also, all allies, including yourself, regain 5 HP per enemy blinded this way. So don't forget that little tidbit.
10 HP.
Everybody, yeah, anybody who's hurt within 20 feet of you, which is everybody, regain 10 HP.
Nice up.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to like hide around this corner. He's gonna get an attack of opportunity.
Yes, you will. It's going to swing an attack of opportunity with disadvantage. Goes wide.
And I think that'll be it.
Okay. As you step into the hallway, you start to see things, hear things. This hallway, you start to first hear the sound of splashing water that seems to echo from the west, the end of this long, dark hallway. You notice to the north there are 3 doors. Southern wall bears an elaborate carving of a procession of dwarven priests carrying wrapped bodies. You feel, as you walk down this hallway just a little bit, that something or someone is watching you.
Don't love that.
Radoth. They are currently holding the produced flame. Did say he's basically going to use that as a torch for the entire time, so he will be a light bearer, and he will look towards his other fellow druid and be like, Let me help you out here, lad. And he's gonna swing the staff at the creature here. "13 goes wide, and it will try once more. And with 23 bonks the white on top of the head. 7 bludgeoning, 6 poison. The poison does absolutely nothing, sadly, as you'd expect, but does at least bonk it. Kenrick, you're up.
Alright, this is with advantage because he's blinded.
Yep.
That is a
oh,
crit.
my goodness.
Really?
12. That's 7, which turns into 14. Big slash right into its chest, wounding the white. Takes a step back as necrotic flesh flies off past through its armor.
Guys are pretty dang hardy.
Oh my goodness.
Crit.
Crit back to back. Another one. And he's sapped. Don't forget that. God damn. 15 slashing, and then 16. Okay, this one, yeah, you bring down the swipe in with the final cut. The radiant light splashes into the wound just enough to separate it into 2 pieces. Splits. Falls to the ground with a heavy thud. Dead. Nicely done.
I turn to Dusseldorf and say, let's see your words do that. And then I... You know what, actually, you just... yeah, go next.
Okay. Dusseldorf, you're up.
I am torn between playing this nicely and casting Reduce on you.
What would your character do?
Yeah, see, well, my character understands that they've only got a limited number of things and spells that they can use. And we are actively heading downwards.
I'm willing to bribe you 5 gold.
That's like nothing.
I don't know what the economy's like down here.
Is that what you found in your shoe? Like what?
That's enough to feed a peasant for a month, I do believe.
Starting this.
At the
Alright. Copying the playbook from our lovely druid. Radiant light flies in the air, striking the undead dwarf. 10 radiant damage total. Still up.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to throw the V's at Kenrick's back. That's the end of my turn.
Fantastic. Sabira, you're up.
Okay. Your Honor, is, you said that these are dwarves, right? Or dwarven dead dwarves?
Yeah, they are, undead dwarves. I'll show you a
Undead
picture.
dwarves. Okay. Subria is... Oh, okay, and there's fire coming out. Well, Your Honor, may I please do an intimidation roll for...
Okay.
So I would like to say, in Dwarvish,
Hmm.
you know, I've got bloodkin that did kill a lot of dwarves back in the day. He used quite a bit of fire. His name was William T. Sherman. And Rokita is literally descended from him. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
And that's just a fun fact.
Sure. Roll me intimidation. Go ahead.
All right. Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna roll this with advantage. Okay. It looks at you, and you're not sure if it's intimidation or just pure confusion, but you've got the upper hand at this moment. It lowers its guard for a little bit. It just kind of stares at you, almost bewildered.
Are you telling me you have never heard of William Tecumseh Sherman? Oh man, you need to pick up our history book. And was that a action or a bonus action?
I'll count as a bonus action. So
Thank you,
at this point, since it's so confused by you, you have advantage in all attack rolls against this creature.
Oh, wow, thank you, all holy DM.
So it just looks at you confused.
I did press the yellow button. Please. Oh!
23, there's a hit.
Oh, I don't know if the
Two
second
hits.
hits-
Click.
okay.
Both of those hit. Just you can click the word damage in the chat. That'll work too.
Oh me, oh my, roll 20's trying to have a stroke on me. Indeed it is.
16 and 6. 2 swipes from Hugh, chopping into the whites. Still up. These guys are pretty hardy, but you are making a dent. Its confusion will last the entire combat. I'll give you that.
Why, thank you, oh my holy DM. Your Honor. Fenwick, it's your turn.
Fenwick. Yippee.
I cast shapeshift into monkey.
Monkey. Okay. One moment. It's been a while since we've turned into a monkey, so I have to find monkey again. Come on.
It's a fight you wanted to fight, you're gonna get. And I'm gonna shapeshift into a gorilla that's wearing boxing gloves.
Nice.
Okay, not really, but
So you're turning into an ape, or are you shapeshifting to something else? Just want to make sure.
I think that's what it was last time. I don't remember.
Ape, yeah.
Same
think
thing. I
that's what
bullied
your
a
CR would be with.
Fiddle Dusseldorf with.
If you're
Sure.
if you're bullying me, you always turn into a gorilla.
Yeah. At the end of my turn,
Boom.
or if I had another action, I'd probably use Intimidate on Dusseldorf. Like you're next, buddy.
That not. Hold on. I think that didn't work. Let me try this. Come on.
I think it was
Okay, that works. So this
That's
should be the correct one.
Oh,
The first one was from a different source. Can be added. Yeah, this one was already set up to be worked by you. And let me make sure it has its AC set up. Sorry, it's being wonky.
what's the
Oh.
button to see it again?
You can now select it and right-click to access the character sheet, or select it, and what I do is Alt double-click while the
Oh,
token's
double
selected.
click. See, that's so
That's the
unintuitive.
hack.
Just gonna have to remember
Alright.
that one day.
Monkey.
And I'm gonna swing at.
Turn into monkey, and you swing
Oh.
twice.
It says no attribute found.
Doesn't?
Yeah, it says no attribute was found for @ape LW type, and then ape
That is
LNPC,
so weird.
no attribute found.
Try refreshing it, because I just was able to swing twice in the chat. For... All right. Well, it's just a +5. It's not. I don't know why I gave you full control. Let me remove control, and then let me re-give you back control again.
Like I can roll. It just
Yeah,
nothing pops up.
that is very weird, because if that was the case, it should work on my. Okay. Well, I'll tell you how it works. Just roll me a d20 +5. Do that twice. In worst case scenario, what I can do is I could try to grab the old one filled with monkeys. Okay, first one hits, connects, bonks him upside the head for 4 bludgeoning. I'm gonna try to use the scary old version of the ape.
It looks like he's from Scooby-Doo.
2014. Yeah, he does. And all right, try that one. Whoop. Stares into your soul. He looks.
That one works.
Okay. Shit, take it. It's the same result. 1 hit, 1 miss.
Okie dokie. And I roll the 1d4 plus. Actually, no, that's I rolled the wrong thing.
so-
1d6 plus 3
Yeah.
on this one.
Well, yeah, we'll give you the better of the 2. Why not? All right, I'm gonna send the old one back into the GM layer. We'll use the Scooby-Doo one for the time being.
Or
Hits,
8
bops him
bludgeoning.
upside the head. 8 bludgeoning. Punch the white right upside the head. Growls in pain, wounding the creature.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. With that, white's turn. So, the one that is blinded. Yeah, so we'll give that one because it's confused. This one's dead. Alright, the blinded one swings wildly with its necrotic hammer twice, both missing Kenrick. And then it will. You know what? Since it can't really see, it's just going to swing once more and completely miss. So it can't really try to grab at you because it's not really sure where you are, just swinging all over the fucking place. The one that is currently just confused by Subira will do this. Ooh. Since we were talking about having places, or not places, having resistances and the ability to fight back against breath weapons, the white swings twice at Subira, 1 and a 2, both of them going wide, blocking the 2 hammer swipes, and then it lowers its head back, opens its mouth, fire and necrotic energy starts to form as it roars out a breath of, well, a blend of death and fire. So I need everybody. I'm attacking everybody in this cone here. Oh my goodness. And I will say with this, Subira, this is done so with disadvantage against you,
Yes, Your Honor.
since you have the breastplate on. Roars out this energy, and it will do this. Oh my goodness. Still is going to hit everything in the way. It opens its mouth. Burst of fire and necrotic energy. 9 fire and 9 necrotic to everybody within that cone.
Oh, jeez. Do you curse your grandmother with that mouth? You smell like a crematorium.
Growls in confusion. That is that white, and I've got one more. It will swing at Monkey once. Oh no. With a crit. Youch. 15 bludgeoning, 6 necrotic. You're shrinking back to normal.
Does the extra damage carry over into my human?
Yes, it does.
Golly.
Allow you to make a strength save with either the monkey or your main character, though. That's fine. Because this is all happening at the same time. So whichever's higher.
Okay, strength save. Nice, I love it. And 15. Plus 3.
You just inflating like an old balloon. DC 13. 8, 7. Okay, with that, you are knocked prone right onto your bum. Raise up the hammer once more for advantage. 18. The hammer crashes down right into your chest. 5 bludgeoning, 3 necrotic. And last but not least, it will then, I think, take a swipe at Radoth with the hammer. Crits poor Radoth. The hammer upsides right into his chin. Staggers backwards for a shit ton of damage. So 16, 7 is 23 bludgeoning. Youch, and then 9 necrotic. He will make a strength save. These guys are hitting hard for the very first room. Try to resist. He's a strong fellow. Is not moved, and that is the white. Fulwin, you're up.
All right, we are going to. They do make a con save
Save.
at the end of their turn.
Thank you.
That is
Thank
the
you.
one.
With a crit, it is now able to fight.
All right, so instead, I'm going to do a wand of paralysis on this gentleman first.
Ooh. All right.
Damn it.
22.
Okay. I'm just gonna do. We'll just go with a normal attack.
Okay.
$15.
15 is sadly a miss. Just barely.
That's it.
That's it. Radoth. Still standing, reeling from the blow. Coughs up a little bit of blood. They see that Fenwick is actually prone, and I think they are going to try to help you first. So they are going to cast Cure Wounds on you, Fenwick, to try to help. You're going to cast this at 2nd level for 29 healing for you, Fenwick.
Yeah.
Not a bad 2nd level cast. And that's all you can do right now. Oh, no. He has potions. He'll chug a basic healing. He still has that. 2, 4. That's 2. For 7. That's his turn. Kenner.
All right. I swing. Not advantage.
And with a swing, a 21 connects, slashing into the undead dwarf.
Can you make a strength save for me, please?
Gladly. Also sap him at the same time. 10. I'm gonna fail.
Okay. I'm gonna add my superiority die to the damage as I do this.
Oh. Yeah. You,
So I'm gonna knock the hammer out of his hand.
I like it. So, this is what's gonna happen. You cut the arm with the hammer. You actually cut the hand completely off.
Oh,
the hammer
hell yeah.
falls to the ground, and it starts to, like, sizzle away, kind of dissolves. It looks at you, grabs hold of the stump. It starts to just open up its mouth in its only real attack. But it is completely disarmed. So that was
Alright, let's do it.
16.
Yeah. What is happening?
10 rated. Oh my god, you are kicking ass today.
Classic Kendrick.
God damn.
Yeah, so this is just my normal second attack.
Yep.
Ignore that 13. I did not check my
I'll
superiority
ignore
die.
it. Okay. I will ignore it.
Judge,
All
strike
right.
that from the record.
Got strike it from the record. So 4, and then that actually becomes an 8. It is now wounded, actually pretty wounded from that additional swipe. Still holding on to its stump. Growls. Do I have an icon? That's grapple. I'll just put a 1 on it. Whatever, don't really matter. Okay. Nicely done. Anything else?
That's it.
That's it. Seduce door. You're up.
We're gonna throw a Starry Wisp at the same gentleman that I did before.
Wisp. Flies true. Bops right in the back
And-
head.
I'm gonna lock eyes with the Fenwick and say, "Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. I didn't write it down. I usually write it down."
Careful what you say. An ape form might have used good berries, if you know what I mean.
Listen, you can't store them in your asshole. I say something real witty.
Monkey. Dusseldorf. Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Hold him there. Sounds good. Sabira. You're up.
All right. So you see, Sir General Sherman followed something called a scorched earth policy, which I think you would actually quite enjoy, given your tendencies and affinities towards death, violence, and fire.
Mhm.
So he essentially worked on destroying the infrastructure of the Carolinas and Georgia during the Civil War. You hear me?
All right, 19 hit, 13 miss.
All right. And I do believe that this is a creature made out of stone, is it not, Your Honor?
No, it is not.
It is
made out
not.
of stone. This is decaying flesh.
Oh, wow. That's mighty fancy you got there, Your Honor. Thank you for graciously informing me of the decorum of this room. That'll be 14 slashing, please.
14 slashing. All right, it is still up, not wounded yet. These guys are hardy. Blade cuts across its chest, growls, but still kind of looks at you somewhat confused.
All right. Now, according to this here Wikipedia article, next.
Okay, thank you. Fenwick, you're up.
Well, shit. I'm gonna expend another point of what if I try to attack with my ranged attack while I'm prone at point blank. If I use a lucky, will it cancel out? Kind of just give me a normal advantage.
So I
do I
guess
need to
here's
get
the
out
thing.
first?
So yeah, casting a ranged spell at someone point blank without a feat is with disadvantage. Lucky what gives you advantage, so that would cancel out. But then you're also prone, so that would be sort of like 2 strikes against you. So you would have to stand up first if it would cancel.
Alright, I might get up and then do
Alright.
what I described before.
Perfect. Alright, used some luck. Point blank, Starry Wisp. That's gonna hit. 26 point blank shot right into the white's face. Let's see it.
Oh,
9,
I want
so
to be 20.
18 radiant. So that is pixels of health still up, starting to dissolve away, but there's still some fight into its undead frames yet. Fenwick, anything else?
I'm just gonna try to push him away from me.
Sure. Make a strength save. 15.
Ah, Right, when am I turn?
Okay. Well, you know what? We'll just keep it simple. The same one that you just attacked, we'll go there first. It will immediately retaliate and swing its hammer at you, Fenwick. Goes wide. Second swipe, right back at you. Hits, smacking you right into the ribs. 6 bludgeoning, 7 necrotic. Oof. Strength save, please. And as you are doing that, it will reach actually for Radoth and tries to grab his arm, draining the life. Radoth tries to resist. A 12 is a failure. Drains 8 points of HP from our poor druid. His max goes down by 8.
Well, damn.
Uh-oh.
Help! He's sucking us off!
Oh my goodness. That's that white. Sorry, I'm trying to fix his. So that's 8 is 52. Let's go with the white that is confused. We'll just swing a total of 3 times at Sabira with disadvantage because it is completely befuddled and bewildered. And finally, old Stumpy here. They are still technically sapped. They open up their mouth, screaming as they use this with disadvantage against both Fulwind and Kenrick. A burst of energy from them to a little cone that just avoids Sir Dusseldorf. 16 to hit. Both of you dodge out of the way. And I think since it was disarmed, it will just try to reach Kenrick. Constitution saving throw. $14 is a success. That is my white's full win. All
right, we're gonna. How hurt does this guy look?
Pretty hurt. Not pixels,
missing
but
a hand.
a step above. He is missing a hand too.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna go with another attack. 21.
Holy light crashes down into the dwarf. 11. And this is fire, which, okay, just attacks normal. Not bad. It is now, I would argue, pixels of health.
Yeah, that'll be it.
That'll be it. Right off. They now are severely wounded, and they are just going to cast you wounds on themselves. I think they'll also do it at second level. They're getting pretty fucking beat up. 27 for Radot. That's their entire turn. Kenrick.
Alright, let's finish these guys.
That's a hit. Sword cuts through right across. Almost. Actually, with 11. It does. Just barely. With the final swipe right into its neck. Cleanly cut. The blade kind of like sinks through, but the radiant energy pushes the blade just further than it needs to, and finally splits. Splits 2 pieces. Dead.
My blade glows in holy light. These guys are getting their asses beat. Let's help them out.
Running forward. Hell yeah. Big swipe. Just right down the middle. Splits into 2 pieces. Dead. Sickening splat.
Hey. You guys good? Good over here?
Rada looks at you and he's just like... just gives you a little thumbs up while he's catching.
Great. Do you have some movement still? But I'm just gonna move up here for now.
Over there. Alrighty. Dusseldorf. Starting
Yeah.
this. Oh, that's a hit, just barely.
And I just
13
let off some finger guns.
6 points with some finger guns. Holy light flies into it, ignites, screams in pain. Severely wounded. Still up.
Ooh, baby. I'm like, all right, you got this. You got this. And then I'm just gonna come over here and lean against the wall.
You lean against the wall and you can kind of like sense that there's some dread going on, but you're
Now
too
that's my
cool for it.
anxiety.
That's my anxiety. I'm not worried about that. That's just my anxiety.
That's normal.
Alrighty, Subira, you're up.
Well, you know, General William Tecumseh Sherman was a fine general, and I mean a fine general. He had a nice tuchus, he had some good strategies, he got some shit done. I will say he is not my favorite of the war tactics. I feel like that might actually come from the Inca Empire. I just read a 700-page book by Inca Garlaso de la Vega. Oh, you should read it someday. It got translated into common not long ago.
You know what I'm gonna do? Because of how ridiculous this is. They're gonna make one save here. Alright, they failed. They look at you. They cut. They're on like pixels of health, and you just keep rambling, and just go. And they start reaching for their head and just open this like little crack, and they just fall to the ground into pieces.
Hold up! I wasn't done talking with you yet.
And with that, they are dead.
Alright, I'll go down to my knees and I'll say, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna leave you this here history book. I think you're rather ignorant, but I do reckon you have a high capacity to learn. How about, when I'm not here with the squishy folk here, we can have a rematch, but this time you will be educated. And with that education, we can like revivify you or cast mending or whatever the hell would bring you back, and then we can have an educated discussion in combat, strategic, like our generals.
Saying all this to like a corpse pile is hilarious.
Damn mighty right.
All right, we are out of initiative. Wow. Okay, and I think with that of just watching Sabira just like somehow just switched on the dime, it is now like talking at this like seppuku fucking white on the ground. It's like on the ground, just dead, just yapping away talking about fucking generals. I think that's where we'll take our short rest. So whatever lies beyond this spooky hall, we will find out in just a moment, chat. We'll be right back. So fucking cool.
I was gonna draw that scene in the black area, but I guess that's the highest map layer,
Well,
which kind of makes sense.
is the drawings that we're seeing similar to the dances we saw upstairs by the
Similar.
crazy people?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Looks to be like as if the same artist, air quote.
Oh, Phil, you stepped in. That's where my anxiety lives.
As you move further down the hall, especially with light cast upon yourself, you notice a few things. Those carvings of dwarves carrying these mummified remains of others. You begin to hear soft, almost moan or wail of pain coming through the walls. Do you understand Dwarvish? You check for traps. Feel free to make a perception check.
I do not understand Dwarvish.
You can tell it's Dwarvish. It is, again, a language that is common enough that people, even if they don't know it, know the sound of it. Doesn't take a genius to recognize these are indeed sounds of pain, of anguish, of torment. And then you notice, as you look at the wall for a brief, these ghostly apparitions start to phase through the wall. One of them, with half their body stepping out, almost cross-sectioned, turns. Profile looks right at you, Kenrick. This is what happens. You see the ghostly image of a undead dwarf lurching from you from the wall. It puts, or rather it takes, one of its fingers from its other hand, popping it off, lifts it up and pushes it to its lips, creating almost like a hush sort of sound. Again, this one making no noise. With its other hand now freed after clawing off a finger, the hand with the missing finger starts to claw into its own rib cage. It digs through its ribs until you see it reveal what appears to be that of a gem hidden in its chest cavity. It looks at you through the walls, looks northwards, looks at you once more, with a finger still holding it to its lips, fades into the walls and disappears.
Did we all see that, or was that a Kenrick exclusive?
Kenrick is the only one who is down the hallway enough to have seen it.
Cool.
All right, so be quiet. Jam up. What I got from that, but the whole body horror bit totally freaked me out. Hands are not supposed to do that. Anyways. Right.
You mentioned to us that we should be quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just come over here and just tell you what I just saw.
How long does this last? An hour. I will cast Pass Without Trace. Just in case. Does my trap check find anything?
No, don't spot any traps, but you notice that as you focus on the ground looking for any sort of signs, the whole place is completely covered in dust. It looks like no one's walked until you start to see footprints emerge pushing through the dust, walking in a sort of ceremonious way, snaking like. The footprints walk through the doors, and then out the doors, and then out, creating this almost snake-like pattern down the hall. So, if I were to draw this, roughly it would look like this. Go through the doors, something else happens. And then I sort of loop back to it.
So are we just gonna sit here and finger our chest cavities, or
I'm gonna quietly open this door.
Okay, go right ahead. You open up the door. A stone slab in the middle of this room bears a few metal tools covered in dust. A deep basin sits near the slab. Wall carvings show dwarves, revealing that seem to be reverently tending the dead. This specific slab in front of you has, yes, large instruments like that of cleavers and knives carved. Not really just from a look, especially being who you are. These aren't weapons of war. Flimsy, or not necessarily flimsy, but like wouldn't hold up in a fight. They look ceremonial, at least one or two of them. Others look to be somewhat crude, but common, almost worksman tools. Again, like cleavers, curved knives, some shaped to be almost like prawns, but all, at least at one point, sharp.
I know a thing or two about blades. Can I reach out and pick up a cleaver?
You do.
Give it a closer inspection.
Sure. Take a closer look. Roll me. How would I do this? Roll me an investigation check or a history check. I will give you advantage on the investigation, but looking at this, that if you were to look at a more historical lens, you most likely would get better information. So you have a higher chance of getting some information, but you're going to get real, true information with a history check.
I am actually, for some reason, proficient at history, specifically.
10. Okay. It's enough to know that this is not a weapon, per se. It is closer to a tool. You don't know specifically what, but the slab that you're looking at and the other tools arranged seem to fit almost like a set. This is not something that would be haphazard.
Ooh, I've got a thing for this. Hold on.
Yep. Oh,
I almost never use this feature. Because, why would
does
I ever do that? Let's see. Tactical Mind. When I fail an ability check,
great.
Oh, I didn't fail an ability check. I just kind of got a bad roll.
I mean, that depends on Joe's roll.
So I can spend the use of my
failed
second
it.
wind to roll a d10 and add the number to the ability check.
Okay. Also, what was the aura going on for
Pass without trace.
Bowling? Oh, okay, you can remove the aura because I think that will hit everybody, all your teammates.
What's a 14 get me?
A 14, better. You can tell these tools are closer to ceremonial butchering tools, but the slab and looking at the tools themselves wouldn't be something for most likely an animal or something. It's way too ceremonial for something. The slab is maybe 5 feet in length, give or take, but it's quite wide. there is also an indentation on the western end of the slab that you're looking at that's divoted and lowered slightly. So it's flat, and then it's like maybe a good half-foot lower at the left-hand side. Circular
Where
frame.
the head plops out. Okay. All right, I'll put the cleaver back. I want it.
As you are all moving through the room, Sir Dusseldorf, you notice something on the slab in front of you. I'll get to the details. You start to see a dwarf laying on its side, half of its chest caved out, and then looks at you, ghostly image, and raises up one hand, creating a swooshing motion, reaches into its own chest, ripping it to where its heart would be, revealing a beautifully cut dwarven gem, and then fades away.
Okay, so I now have that image too.
Yep.
And I'm gonna turn around, look at Kenrick, and I'm gonna do like a questioning, like shush motion.
I nod my head.
Okay, let's see what's actually on this table now the ghost is done giving itself its own autopsy.
This one is similar to the bench, but it doesn't seem to have quite so many like large like chopping or ripping tools. This one has a few cloths that are mostly moth-ridden or eaten through, but some still remain. You notice that this bench seems to have more carvings. It's a lot more ornate than the previous one. You notice that there are specific carvings of, again, this symbol of Doom Mythoin, specifically this one that we have seen a fair bit, all carved through the actual bench or slab. Give me 1 second here. Where are my notes? Okay. Here we go. It's all carved here. And you notice the size of this slab is, again, roughly 5 feet in length, a divot on the western head of the slab. And in the center, roughly in the middle, maybe slightly higher up above the middle, when I mean higher up, it's like closer to the west, you see this symbol carved slightly off center to its side. Looking at it, it would be. So I have to do a little mental image. You're looking at where the presumably the opposite where like the head divot would be. So if the body was here, it would be a little mental math on the right hand side, so slightly off skew. This specific carving about a little further than halfway up. So if I had to ping, it's like right here. You see this carving specifically on the dais. All the rest are symbols of kind of Doom Mythoin. You can tell this is clearly the more ornate one. And the perfect, thank you so much, Connor. That is exactly where I'm trying to picture. And these tools look to be more like very fine craftsmen, very like intricate, like more needle points, very small cuts. And honestly, some tools that would be used for like rock carving or rock like shaping.
Okay. And you said that was this particular symbol that we're having a hard time pinpointing its exact location? That was definitely not on the other one?
Correct. It was not.
Okay.
The other one was it's still very sort of religious, but this one is like stands out. This one's very ornate compared to the other one. The other one also might have had the occasional sort of off-colored stain kind of dripping down the sides that I failed to mention.
So this one definitely feels less about a dwarven body being on it, and more about a gem being on it. I'm gonna point out this off-center symbol. I rolled a 1 on a history check, so
Use inspiration if you like.
I really like outside of game. I really love using my inspiration on saving throws. It feels bad to use it
That's
on
smart.
stuff like this because maybe I'm just dumb.
Okay, that's fine.
Sometimes I'm just dumb.
Can't know everything.
I ate pocket lint for breakfast. No, I ate belly button lint for breakfast. Does anybody else want to look at this symbol?
Your Honor, may I try?
You can. Now that you have the belt of Torgun, you can understand a few more things.
Do-do-do-do.
Give you guys
Step
you need to
forward.
roll something.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all.
Well, I don't know anything about this, but what I can tell you
Hey,
about
she rolled
the
higher than you.
Empire-
We both
With a
essentially
one?
rolled a 1.
Yeah.
She rolled a 2.
Damn
Oh,
right, I rolled a
no.
2. Got a -1 to my history because I only know about the U.S. Civil War general and the Inca Empire, which is not plot relevant, but I can talk on.
Oh my god.
I'm going to point out the fact that this bench is ultra mega ornate, way more so than the other one. That the tools are more about artisan work, and that this one thing is off fucking center. I want to see who has OCD.
Perhaps they used this one to sacrifice llamas to the sun god.
What is this basin?
You remind me what this
Mhm.
this red line was? Like it was leading into this room here.
Yes. Those were the footprints that started to appear while specifically Fulton
Okay.
was looking down the hallway. So the line should be faded away. I just want to give you a little
Yeah.
representation.
Well, kind of think we might want to follow those steps.
I mean, was the path not leading here?
Yeah, then I came out this door.
Well, I mean, hey, there's a whole nother room over here. We've seen this off-center thing. This feels super important, but I'm dumb today. So, next room.
Okay, move down to the westernmost room. Again, same sort of idea, but this room is different. There's not even a real like head indentation on the slab. This room, all of the bits and bobs are closer to what you might see in a smith's workshop. Hammers and pieces of like metal pitons. It's all like that of a metal worker.
So we've just got like 3 different workshops here. One for one for the repo men, and metallurgy and artisan, some other type of artisan in the middle.
Fulwin, as you're in the hallway, you hear a voice go out slightly from the southern wall. It reaches out. You start to feel a hand on your shoulder. Grabs hold. Fulwin, I need you to please make a wisdom saving throw.
Is this relating to being charmed?
No.
Because it could be.
Could be. You very well could be. Ghosts and shit. Okay, 11. It's just one of those days everyone's fucking failing. You resist any sort of pain or anything that it was trying to do to you. You turn, and the creature tries to say something. It's almost as if it's fighting against this finger put in front of its mouth. And then retracts back into the wall.
I don't know what to do with that.
My bitch,
Fenwick, what are you doing?
Chilling over here.
Chilling.
Seems nobody wants any help. Everyone's often
I don't know what to make
investigating.
Being Fenwick, being a asthma, you sense there is something different. This doesn't really come up too much, but your bloodline, your history is mostly closer to human, but there is some sort of distant blood that has sort of been enhanced, been gifted by celestial entities, whether it's been, through family or whether it's a divine gift, you're not quite sure. But you do have that connection. You, walking down these halls, sense a deep, not just unease, but pain. You can sense trapped souls within these walls. They look at you, and by far the most, you could see them, these faces, through the southern walls, kind of look at you, creating this almost prayer, this dance, this procession. And especially as they notice you move further and further down, several of them now reach out through the walls, start pushing at you, digging into the rib cage, until finally, please make me a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Okay.
24. Okay, so first it's pain because it's a connection from the beyond, but your bloodline and maybe your resilience is able to look past this sort of macabre, this painful image first until you see more dwarven, more of like a person beyond this ghostly image. You notice that it isn't a desecrated like finger, but more it's like almost like an adult trying to shush you, a warning. They move away and they mutter something to you. It's in Dwarven. Do you understand Dwarven?
No.
No. But with this success, you are able to grasp a few things. You could tell that you don't know exactly the words, but it points to you. It points to the eastern door. And then it sort of does this. Finally, it points to its chest. And then it points at the end of the hall. It says, or rather does this motion to you again. Make me a history check with advantage to suss out any other specific information beyond what you get for free. 15 is enough. Even without words spoken, through a bit of pantomime, with this little bit more of like an empathetic look, this connection to the dead, it's a plea to you and your party in this one last gasp of desperation. This ghost, these people trapped, are asking you to perform the rite one last time. A beg, a plead to save them and save their trapped souls. Points to the hall, and you can see it's not telling you, it's not pointing like a straight line across. It starts to do this wave motion and pleads to cleanse them. And then, after it sort of motions that, as it starts to fade away, it moves its hand, still like trying to keep you quiet, and then shows 6 numbers to you with its fingers, and then fades back into the wall.
Damn. Sucks to be them. That's what I would have said if I was speaking as Sir Dusseldorf.
Hold on. Was it 6 or 1 sec? Because I don't want to get this wrong.
6, 7?
6, 7. Yep. My apologies. It was just 5.
Oh, I think somebody needs
Not
help
6.
over there.
Yeah.
I'm talking full one over here.
What?
Pointing to where they were pointing it.
Oh,
So It mentioned this whole ceremony, and then once it was done, kind of explaining it to you, air quotes, it gave you a symbol sort of like for 5, and then pointed to the rest beyond the hall.
To the west.
Like beyond this, like 5 in total, and beyond. So this was an aside little bit of information that doesn't have to do with anything with this specific thing. It's a little.
I mean, I'm down
Let's
to
ask you.
get cursed.
And okay, so this wall here has got the procession.
Correct.
Does it give an indication of the rites besides just like carrying someone around?
Mm.
Like any specific actions going on?
A perception check with advantage. With some help and hearing from Kenrick, you do see that it is actually a story of a funeral procession. Specifically those of the Talhound. You see a story of someone carrying the dead and embalming, cutting through, removing their organs as you expect. Then you see them placing a large rock, a gem that's been cut, removing their heart and replacing it with that. Finally, their bodies wrapped up and then encased in ceremonial armor. Those bodies then stand up and stand guard, protecting the sort of new wave of people, the representation of people being born, all in prayer to the gem in the mountain.
Do you point that out to me?
Yeah, I mean, we're just talking here.
Can I make a history check to see if I would recognize that as a ritual that is in any amount common?
Sure. As you are also moving further and further down the hall, I'm going to give you a little bit of information to the west. As you look down the hall, figuring out what to do, most of this room that you see has collapsed into a flooded pit. Dark water ripples and splashes strangely, as though something lurks deep within it.
Something, don't touch the water?
Something,
Well,
something. I'm
yeah.
now going to put myself on the in between. You're now in between me and the water. Butt cheeks clenched.
So, what do you guys think? Is this ritual we're observing here? Is this what's trapping their souls? And do we have to undo this somehow?
I want to say yes. It definitely feels like they're possessed, in a sense. Maybe
Does
even
my-
brought back from the dead.
Does my
Yeah,
10 history check
sure.
get me any useful information?
Your belly button lint check.
This is something not too common, but from what you've been hearing, is aligned to what could have happened with Dumathoin. This is something that is dwarven. It's not practiced much anymore, but Dumathoin followers are a little macabre, a little off kilter. Their whole thing is secrets and a dedication to the mountain. It is ultimately a service of protection. It's different, but it's not nefarious, if that makes sense. It's ultimately out of wanting to help those that are necessarily followers of Dumathoin, if that makes sense. So ultimately with the 10, this very well could be. It doesn't outright seem, oh, this is cultish, but this also isn't something you're too familiar with.
I feel like the spirit was being sincere when he was making those pleading motions.
For you, yeah, 100%. They were, you didn't sense cult. You sensed sadness that they were being trapped here, as if they couldn't finish what they started.
What if they're prisoners and they did really fucked up shit? And if we let them
Well-
go,
Then we beat their asses once they're back into the real world.
all right, I'm down.
You say it like I can't cast fireball on them. Or, you know, watch me do it on this wall over here, the south wall.
We don't have any gems.
We-
And we don't have any means to encase them in armor.
Hold on, did we get the gem back from that lock? Or did the
No.
lock eat that gem?
Block ate the gem.
Wow.
You did have another gem that you might have failed to write down. You found actually a perfectly cut diamond. That was also
I do have the uniquely cut diamond.
Yes,
Okay.
because the gem you used was like a yellow sapphire. I can't remember the specific one. Yellow emerald. It was like a very unique one, but it wasn't a diamond. You specifically found a diamond that was even worth more than that.
So we theoretically need more things. So we're gonna have to come back.
What it would seem.
Hmm?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Unless someone just got like a suit of armor laying around.
5 suits of armor, right?
The 5 was
I
mentioning
noticed.
something beyond this hallway. It was an alluding to something else, but I won't say
I
more
was gonna
than
say that I think the suits of armor were part of the process for creating these thralls. These guards.
Do we do the steps backwards then?
Is the insinuation that we head towards the water, figure out what the hell's down there, and start. Actually, Phil wrote it down. Remove their armor, remove the gem, unembalm them. You can start slurping whenever you're ready, and then carry them back up the hallway.
I don't know. I guess we can
That's-
probably continue forward and see. I mean, realistically, if we find people that are dead, then we do the steps in order. If we find people that are dead and embalmed and have a gem and are encased in armor, then we do it in reverse order. I guess.
Probably don't need to like unembalm them, but I imagine like
Removing the gem.
removing the gem may actually produce.
Yeah, let's go in there and we'll just start. Anybody we come across, make sure you punch them real good in the chest cavity, grab that gem, and rip it back out.
What if?
Deal?
What if it was the
Go.
people? Did the people in the past room have any of these things? A gem, armor, or? Well, I guess a gem or armor.
The whites?
Yeah.
Not that you noticed, no.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're not encased in armor. Let's continue on. This may be a comeback once we have the means to do.
As you continue down the hall, something happens at the water's edge. Rising up out of the water, first you hear a heavy sort of splash. You start to then see something dark, like that of a large, like fish or serpent. And then finally, several more rumblings fill the Western Hall, till you see 2 entities. One, this serpent-like thing made of water starts moving through, splashing around, almost playfully, seemingly unaware of you for now. It dances and moves, splashing, until something gurgles, something starts to rise up. More and more things, splashings of water, until this. Rising up out of the water, these 2 things start playfully looking at each other, dancing like so. share this image.
Yeah, I can't see much of the token, but it looks gigantic.
Oh, I've got a handout for you.
Fantastic.
This is what's happening.
Oh, good.
A creature, a water weird, seems to be dancing into this large pool of water. This opening, again, 15-foot hall, now fills up from light from way above. So this hall is massive. This Hydra with total how many heads did I say it starts with?
Starts with?
7 heads start flailing around, looking at this creature, this elemental being, playfully, like that of a like a cat with a little mouse. Maybe once enemies, but these things look and not trying to harm each other, like friends. Subira, since you are the closest one, please make me a stealth check. You are also under the effects of Pass Without a Trace, so what, that's plus 10 to your stealth?
Okay. Doo-doop. Doo-doop, stealth. Doo-doop, doo-doop, doo-doop. That'll be 20.
20. Creature stop. A few rocks move, and then water weird splashes and draws the attention of the Hydra again. Plane.
Did you say that there's light coming from the ceiling above here?
Yes. Is it not shown on the map? Let me fix that.
No, I just can't see that far.
That's fine.
I'm gonna
Let me
drop light
Okay,
off
sorry.
of myself.
Okay.
We're gonna try and be stealthy. I don't want to be a shiny dark.
There should be some light because naturally it's coming from like way, way above. There's some hole or cracks going all the way down because you're now hundreds of feet below ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you want to remove the light from me.
Sure. I got you. Boom and boom.
I'll symbol. Pop.
Okay.
Well-
What would you all like to do?
Well, I don't want to fight that guy right now.
It's so cute. Why would you want to
Yeah.
fight it?
Cute in like a kraken, mythical evil kind of cute, or
I don't know what my alignment is. I can find cuteness from any kind of part on the spectrum.
But like
Good
real
evil.
talk, Subir loves animals.
Ooh.
If you so a Hydra is still a mythical creature, but I would allow any of you to feel free to make a history check. I will give let's say +5 to that to Fenwick for being a druid.
what am I doing?
Feel free to roll a history check to learn a little bit more about Hydras.
+5.
Okay. Kenrick and Fenwick, so that would be a 17 and a 19 is enough.
I've heard the story.
Hydras are powerful. They are a scary thing, but Hydras aren't necessarily evil in a weird way. Sometimes they're used and abused by nefarious, like sorcerers and things. You've heard stories of legendary sort of like liches having Hydras in their like sanctums, or Yuan-Ti, these serpent-like folk creating dens and using a Hydra to guard them, stuff like that. But there are Hydras that just exist, and this one is being playful. So it's not something most people deal with because they are extremely dangerous, but they are closer to an animal rather than something, malicious.
Do we want to try and sneak past it? And if it sees us, just kind of say
Okay.
hello?
Or that. Yeah, we can try.
Come on. 20-foot tall snakehead.
All right. Well, I've got disadvantage on stealth, so why don't I go first?
Clank, clank, clank. You got plus 10.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna tiptoe.
Stealth check.
You got it.
Disadvantage plus 10.
22.
Pretty damn good. I'm gonna roll. An 11 is unaware of you. The other creature's not even paying attention. Is very much just playing with its head.
Just continue
Clank, clank, clank,
around
clank, clank.
the corner.
So you notice a few things. One, passage slinks off to the, I guess, northwest, crumbles, drops down again. Everywhere is 15 feet except like here, even where you're kind of standing. Anywhere that looks like a close to there, it just opens up to at least like a 40-foot high kind of carved out ceiling. Passage also continues straight northeast. I'm gonna look through your token. Actually, let me give you. Yeah, you got 5 feet at least, so you can see. But that is about it. You can tell it's kind of splits into two directions. Okay. You are slinking to the northeast. Full wind. That is a 19. Give me one moment, because everybody that's passing through, I'm going to do a check. 11. Doesn't seem to notice you. It's too busy having fun. I love this art, by the way. Look at how happy
Yeah,
they
it's-
look with each other.
All right, guys, quick.
Slink, slink, slink.
Slinking like a
Sabira.
cat.
Stealth check.
Stealth check.
Is an 18. 12. I don't notice you. Still busy playing, having fun.
This is where we save scum, boys.
Ticket, please. Yeah, this is where you save scum. Fenwick, what would you like to do?
I'm a sneakeroni.
You get a sneakeroni. Stealth check, please. Plus 10 to this. 16. I roll a 15. It turns for a brief moment, looks, and then immediately gets distracted by the water weird and goes back one of the heads. So all of them now are looking at the water weird.
Yeah, you may be able to talk to it. Worst case scenario, but let's try this first.
Joe, I rolled a nat 1, by the way.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, nice thing about like skills as a DM, I don't count them as like critical fails in this instance. You know, it's like, well, I can. Let's see. Fuck it. I'm gonna roll a d2. 1 is a yes, 2 is a no. 1 is a yes. Roll a crit fail, but I still rolled lower than you. Well, I think what we'll do is this. It stops and turns, and at this point, it's not fully aware of you. I will give you an opportunity to either try again or try something else, but it slowly kind of like clicks and turns. The Hydra kind of like turns one of its heads towards your direction.
I guess we're gonna continue trying to sneak. I don't think I have anything that could help me here.
Okay. I will say in this instance, I will add 2 to my roll because it's now a little bit more aware that there might be something there. So I'm gonna just roll this. Ooh,
All right, I guess my turn. I would douse my light for the short term, but
sure. Stealth check, please. That would be for no, Fenwick. My apologies, because this was still all Fenwick's action.
oh, sorry.
Because you
Roll
rolled a
stealth
nat one.
again?
Yes, because you rolled a nat one. It turns, and a 19 is enough. Thinks it sees something, and then corner of one of the head's eyes, it kind of turns back, still playing with the water weird. Now, Sudusdorf. Would you like to keep that roll?
26. Yeah.
26? Yeah, okay. Just for shits and giggles. I roll 14. It's not paying attention to you at all.
I literally
and-
am just whistling, walking past him.
Just letting him play. So, we'll say for now, you have passed. I'm not going to roll for NPC because I'm not going to break the encounter for someone tagging along. A hallway stretches down further, and you notice a few things. Get my notes here. You notice this. This long hallway connects to at least a few rooms, two that you can tell. There's one immediately to your right in front of you, Kenrick. Again, large stone doors that have a sort of carved handle a few feet off the ground that a dwarf could easily access it, but it's still high enough that it's not too far to grab. But the more interesting thing is you notice there is this stone slab that has a swirling green light around the door, creating this sort of dome, protecting it, encapsulating it with magic. It swirls around. You see briefly these sort of ghostly images, like tails, move through, serpent-like, flowing clockwise randomly throughout this magical barrier. That is right here. Oh, and I missed something. A bomb. Okay. So, as you're moving down the hall, Karen, oh, actually, this would make a little bit of sense. Outside of the door, there is a pack, and it's kind of small. It's like a school bag or like a leather bag with two straps that has like a part of like a somewhat broken like scroll, either for like a map tube or something. It's kind of cracked open. Whatever's inside maybe has fallen out or is taken out, but it's damaged. You notice that on this small bag, it's like the size of maybe like a human child or something. It's different. You can feel free to roll a check for that. But the bag is almost spilling out. The tools that were sort of clapped onto the side, you see like a broken pick head, like that of a miner's pick, but it's pretty small and it's snapped as if it's been either damaged or cracked. You see on the opposite side, it looks to be like maybe a few feet, maybe 10 feet at most of spooled rope frayed at one end. Like again, it's been snapped. But the bag is still somewhat like half open, and there seems to be this sort of like black, sort of somewhat bulbous, rounded shape poking out of the bag. The bag has now, surprisingly, the initials of, again, SG carved onto it, at least the top portion of the bag. But then below that, in more like, like as if it's been old or weathered, you see a name actually written on it. It says, ooh, this is going to be tough for me to pronounce. Okay, I'll put it in the chat. Rivbibble.
What the hell?
That's the name. Oh my goodness, how am I going to pronounce that? Is there a cheat sheet for me
Ribbit.
to Rivbibidel? Rivibibidel. Ribbit. Mhm.
Can I pick up the pack and see what that black thing
You
is?
absolutely can. You pick up the pack and you notice the this weird black thing. It's actually a little heavy, maybe like 15 or 20 pounds or so, give or take. And then you notice the black thing of the pack, the top of the pack kind of slides open, and this large object. You notice it's a gnomish bomb. Used for mining or tools, but it's a bomb. I'm picturing like the old school grenades, like the pirate era grenades,
Like the black ball.
Yeah, it's like
fuse
straight up
in
a
it.
ball. Yes,
Yeah.
it's like that. So this thing's kind of heavy. It's about like size of like a softball, give or take, and it's just poking out of this pack. The other things, the pack's laden with like a few like clothes, personal things. You can't quite tell. A lot of it's damaged, but it's like a mini cannonball is the best way to kind of think of it. With a fuse
All
in
right.
it.
Well, I'll tuck that away. Add one bomb to my inventory.
The bomb specifically has the initials SG on it and a little smiley face. Yeah. Ooh, it turns into a taco. That'd be good. What would you all like to do?
Waiting for the people in front of me to move.
I'm waiting for Kenrick to do something dumb and set off a trap.
I'm-
down.
I don't want to be in the blowback zone.
Typing. Yeah, I mean, I'm typing in my thing. But I'll open the door. What's this door here?
Okay, you open up the door. Room is pitch black. The walls of this room are carved with images of open books. The pages each are filled with cramped writing. A small sarcophagi is carved with an image of an older male dwarf holding a quill and a book. To the east, you see what looks to be like a metal lever, tongue twister, built into the wall that stands in the upright position. Next to the lever, a frail gnome, his shoulders bent with age, ponders the lever. You turn and open the door. He turns towards you and goes, good heavens. Are you... You're not gonna hurt me or anything, right?
Just sitting here in the dark, my guy. I'm gonna cast light on my shield.
Cast light on yourself. Okay. So
Zach.
I'll tell you right now, since you all successfully passed, for the moment at least, you have not encountered the Hydra and its friend. So you cast light on yourself. And that is that 2020?
Up.
Can you post it for me real quick? Or is it 3030?
Is
2020?
2020.
2020. Fix that. Thank you. Break value. And boom. He looks towards you. It kind of holds his eyes for a moment.
Yeah, sorry, man. I can't see in the dark.
That's bright. And then looks at you up and down. Oh, well, you're a human. A human? What are you... Why are you here? You put yourself in danger. You. Oh.
There's more.
Oh no. Oh, he kind of steps back into the room, allowing everyone to enter. And good heavens.
You don't need to be
Oh,
racist about
everyone
it.
pile in.
everyone pile in. Well, a bit strange. Hello, everybody. Well, don't lock the door on your druid. He's still in the hallway.
I think he's still in the bathroom.
Okay, I'll move.
It's okay. We can talk without him.
Well,
Who are you?
my name is Ribibidel, but you could just call me Ribby or Ribbit or Ribby for short. It's fine.
Oh, is this your pack that I found in the hallway?
Oh, yes, it is. Thank you. I left it out there, and then I got distracted, and as you look at the pack and hand it towards these lovely gnomish fellow, let me see if I have art for him. I might not. That's okay. If I don't. They are a gnome. Oh, I do. Perfect. This is what they look like. So they are a Smurfneblin, a deep gnome. They kind of look at you up and down and go, "Oh, well, thank you." And they, as you hand the pack over, the clothes inside. Oh, there it is. Yep, there's his pack. The clothes inside, from looking at him, he looks to be fairly old. Are clothes of like either brighter colors. It's not something you would usually see someone of this age. It seems to be slightly out of place. He looks at it and then looks at the clothes and then kind of looks at you and says, yeah. Well, you know, it's, I told you my name, and who are you, human? And why are you here, this dangerous place?
My name is Kenrick, and we are here seeking obsidian shard pieces. And I look to the group to make sure that's correct.
And hostages.
And hostages.
Oh.
We're
Not-
missing some friends.
Not
Oh.
yeah, not hostages to take, but hostages to find and free.
Oh, he kind of takes him going back. You were gonna kidnap me. It was a little scary. I haven't really seen too many people here, spirits of the sort. As he says that, Kenrick, the other one, you and we'll say Full, feel free to roll me a insight check. I haven't really seen too many things. It takes a step back, kind of grabbing at their arms. 12, and Kenrick. Okay. 16 is enough. Kenrick, you're the one that notices. So, Fulwin, he just seems to be rather confused that now 6 heavily armed people that are not fucking gnomes burst into this dwarven ruins that none of you are dwarves either, so it seems to be pretty out of place. But Kenrick, you notice that this gnome has somewhat glowing handprints on their arms. It looks like bruises, as if someone or several someones has grabbed them very aggressively. You see the faint outline of magic glow from their arms. They look almost ashamed covering them with their long sleeves. Well, it's a little strange. Well, okay. I'm here. I'm trying to. Well, let me start at the beginning. I am a Smurfneblin, a gnome, and well, normally my family and my kin follow Gond and the rest, but past few years I've grown to really appreciate the dwarven gods, their histories and cultures, especially Dumathoin. I came here because I've read stories of the Talhoot, worshippers of Dumathoin, creators, followers. They kept treasures. Not that I wanted to grave rob, but more importantly, there was a gem I've read that they've housed here. I wanted to just take a small sample, bring it back home to study. You see, there aren't many descendants of the Talhoot. Obviously, dwarves are aplenty, but worshippers of Dumathoin are rare and few far between. Obviously, most people follow well, Morden, of course, and then looks at you like, obviously, and well, Carl is the new one. People do love that new Carl, but I'm rambling. And then he kind of grabs at their arms a little bit more. I just wanted to chisel off a piece of this sacred gem. And then points to the southwest. I came here by a boat. There's an underground river passage. Not doesn't go to the Underdark. There's small channels that go through this mountainous areas that a few of my kind have used for travel and trade. I found that one of them was still intact, and then I guess then looks at you all. Something followed me here. That was a few days ago.
Come through that pool
Yes,
as I
a
Does-
small boat.
Does that something have 7 heads?
Um,
Is
at
something that
least
follows you
5
here?
when I counted. It was quite large.
I see.
Ma, that
Well, it
must
has
been-
7 now.
Oh. Oh. Oh, and then just kind of looks down at their arms and looks at the rest of you.
It sounds like you've been through a mighty big fight. Here's some saltine crackers.
Oh,
Because where's our hospitality bid? We've been asking you all these questions, but haven't requested or offered you any nourishment. Come on. And I offer a ration. You look mighty hungry.
well, thank you. They go take a bite of the crackers, kind of coughing a little bit. Oh, my pack. Water. It's quite dry. Reaches for their pack, and you notice that, of course, their canteen they had strapped to the side. It looks like a large hole or gash was ripped through the side, so there's completely barren, no water inside. Oh,
When he was talking about the gem, was he like gesturing to these things in the room? Or like
Ah.
glancing over there?
he was absolutely looking at the lever.
Hey, what's that lever do?
Oh,
You were looking intently at it when I walked in.
I wasn't sure. I ran into this room. I was running. And oh, this is awkward. Well, I want to say thank you for obviously bringing my pack in. It was a little fearful, but clearly you all got through okay. So maybe I can just find what I need. And again, he looks down, looks at the pack, and starts digging through his things, and looks at the clothes that, again, do not match the age of this person. Takes a deep sigh, stuffs it back into their pack. It looks like most of my things are damaged. Clothes are still here, my extras, but my water's ripped to shreds. My favorite mining pick is destroyed, and blasted. The levers were supposed to help me.
I'm
I
going
read.
to
Yes.
take out of my pack. See what I got here.
Would you like a bottle ass? I know
I want
it's
to pull
not
out of
the
my
same as
pack
pickaxe.
The battle.
A Lord's Alliance pin, and I'm going to hand it to him and say, "Oh, I actually found this near your pack as well. I think it fell out." And I hand him the Lord's Alliance.
He looks at the pin. That wasn't mine.
Okay,
Oh.
that was a test. This is actually mine. I'm with the Lord's Alliance.
Oh, that's nice. I don't know too much of them. My apologies, human. I mostly have stayed with the Smith Neblin. We have a few colonies along the coast and underground, but I've heard good things about your order. Heroes and the such. Mostly for humans, but that's okay. Well,
Here's what I'm reckoning. I'm thinking someone is
The bomb.
dapper, lovely, and also apparently lonely, as you might not survive out here with all this nonsense going on about. You know, I might have shot out my brain at the beginning of this session, but I know there is some tomfoolery that's happened around here. So I would like to make a proposition that you participate in joining us in our party while we get you to your safety.
Looks at you and no, I will not leave this room. I until I know it's safe. It's very dangerous. And then again, grabs their arms specifically and kind of almost shudders, holding on.
All
to
right.
where he's yes.
I'm gonna grab his arm myself and yank his sleeve up.
No. You grab their arm.
That's
I'm
not
gonna fight back.
hospitable.
You rolled
You've
their arm.
been real dodgy.
A shame.
Would you not be too if you were hanging out around here all by your lonesome?
You grab hold of their arm, and then you see everybody can see their arms covered in handprints and grab marks. Think of like Death Stranding, like all the hands. Character that very much kind of like that.
How old are you?
Oh, and then looks at you. 57. Smurf Devlin gnomes can live 300-400 years easy. 500
Yeah.
on the higher end. 57 is young.
Yeah.
For
Oh.
he looks like maybe 400 plus years old for a deep gnome. 57.
I'll let go.
Ugh, I feel much older. I don't know how much time I have left. Not nearly as much as I had before. You see, I let my greed and joy of finding this place overwhelm me, and
I think,
went
if I
too
may,
far
you
in.
look good for your age.
Well, I'm 57, but thank you. And then looks at their arms and sees it, and the covered in wrinkles. Let me ask you some help then. This place, I've discovered, is cursed. There is an evil that permeates here, an ancient wound. I was able to communicate with some for a moment. The southern room, and it points to the hallway you were just in. The spirits there begged for help, and I tried to help them. I wanted to dig further into the crypts to make sure, find a way to finish the rite. I discovered more of these hauntings, these places where souls were trapped. Different manifestations, but I wanted to cleanse them. My thought of is if I could, then I might be able to not only find the gem, find a piece for myself, but see if there are other riches to bring back. But then it points to pretty far north. I found a room, a tomb, a place of 3. And then several hands reached out from these tombs, grabbing hold of me. I saw my life pass by. I felt weaker and weaker. My knees begin to crack, almost as if I hit the ripe old age of 30. And then I started to... I aged, and I felt my clothes grew baggier. I was lucky that these ones still fit, but my normal favorite clothes no longer did. I feel very frail. I'm thankful that you all are here, but as I said, this place is far too dangerous, at least for a simple explorer for myself. I don't really even know how to fight. I'm just an archaeologist. So, if you all are able to maybe bring peace to this place and help me find a piece of this gem, I know of the true true thing of worth here. A legendary artifact. They call it the Mind Guard Crown. Something I'm sure all adventurers would love to have. A truly unique item. It's protected, sealed by magic, by the founder. The original dwarf, her spirit, I believe, still rests within. And then kind of looks at the rest of you. So, will you help me cleanse this place and chip off a piece of this gem, and I can guide you to the founder's room. Dispel the magic. You can receive your prize there.
Quick question. Why did you come here in a boat with a bomb? Where does the bomb play into all of this?
Okay.
Oh, well, you see, and it kind of points towards their pack. Sometimes you need to blast your way in, and that was a last resort if I couldn't reach the room that houses the gem. You see, and then he points to the lever, I think the room is actually a clever contraption. I couldn't find out the other pieces, but I believe there are 3 levers that you need to pull in a sequence to unlock it, but I don't know where it's at. So the bomb was a last resort if I could find a way. One might say a slightly off-color piece of tile that I could blast my way through, as if it were some sort of game of some kind. But sorry. I know we're right at the end here, so I don't know. I'm sensing the word, the letter Z in my head.
Okay. Listen, we
Which
weren't
is like a show.
actually here to be releasing spirits from their curse. You're gonna have to sweeten the deal.
The
Let's say
location of a legendary artifact should be pretty.
I like
cool.
the bomb, so I want both because I like to have my cake and eat it too. It's the best way to live. So we're gonna need the bomb.
Sure, just hands it to you. But can I please keep the pack? There's personal artifacts from.
Oh, I don't want that shit.
Oh, thank you.
Use the door.
Hands you the bomb.
The bomb's already in my pack. What are you doing?
Oh, but I didn't. He gave it to you?
You gotta say
No, out in the hallway. I said I'm gonna tuck that away.
Oh,
The
I
bomb
missed
is
that.
in my pack already.
I don't think.
I can attest
Joe
to
heard
that.
that.
I didn't hear that. The DM says,
Oh.
Joe
"Oh,
didn't
there's
hear
two,
that.
Alright, whatever.
two
Alright,
bombs in the
whatever.
pack. You grabbed one of them. There was one tucked away underneath.
We now have
this
2
was-
bombs.
Two
I wanna
bombs.
Just check up from 1 to 2. I've got 2 of them now.
There you go.
Baby.
2 grenades ready to go.
All right, well, you guys can go search for those other levers. I need to pick corn out of my teeth.
What happens next?
No,
Find
find out
out.
next time. Next time, as we hand the remaining bomb, and now you have the quest, and we exit with the door kind of closed. We hear these ghostly echoes fill the hall. Just as the camera pans out, ready for next time, we see ghostly images of dwarves float through the halls. Some more malformed, claws outstretched, floating towards the north. Chat, adventurers, thank you for joining us for a lovely, lovely session as we deal with more spooky stories. Cleansing of haunts, dealing with the undead, a little change of pace from fighting mutated abominations above. Scheduling. As per usual, the
Pretty good.
22nd. Good for me. How's everyone else with that?
Be fine.
Cool. Thank you, Rokuda, for filling in on short notice, being a very ridiculous version of Super. Very funny.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
I do appreciate it. Thank you, partner.
I appreciate you.
Now you know, Hugh is a weapon, not a horse.
Yes. Not a fucking horse.
It's
I was
been
kind of
swinging
wondering
from-
when a horse would appear in
They
yonder game.
They appeared a while ago, but they've been safely tucked away at, what was it, like Spitfire? I think that was their name. They are safe in town. They were rescued many many moons ago. But yeah, I think that is that. I think I was asked by Ethan to play some Overwatch, so I might do that. Any plans for the week?
All right, gamers.
Anything fun?
Bye, chat.